Okay, let's look at GBPAUD, GBPCAD, and GBPNZD on this video tutorial. And let's just look at the weekly outlook for these pairs. Okay, now look at the chart and tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. I can see some level of reversal. Okay, I can see some level of reversal. And I think the market might be a buy bias for the week when the week opened from 29th of June. I can see something like a buy move. Okay, because if you check the market, if you check this whole move, it started from this level, break, retracement, break, retracement. Like there's a level of structure here. Let me draw it. It may not be too obvious. I can see this. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay, I can see the market broke out of this structure, retested this structure, and that's what gave us this move. And now the market is coming back to, or it has come back to that same level. The market has come back to that same level, and you can see some level of bullish movement. So what I'll be expecting in the next few weeks is that this market might get to this level because I see this as a deeper retracement. I see it as a deeper retracement. So what should be our weekly outlook for this week? What should be our weekly outlook for this week? Okay, this should be what you should be looking at for as long as the market is above this structure. Only look for buying opportunity. As long as the market is above this structure, only look for buying opportunity. You only have business with selling if the market is below this structure. That is for the last week of June, starting from Monday 29th to the first week of July, the 3rd of July. Okay, so this is my weekly outlook. Let's go to the weekly time frame so that we can see it. Now, this is what I'll be expecting. I'll be expecting the market to go to this level, to this level. So no matter what the market does, even if the market gives me a sell possibility around this level, I don't have business with it. My only business with GBP AUD for next week when the market opens in the next few hours is only buying possibilities. I'll be looking for buying opportunity. Where the market break through this level to the downside, if I see a level of retracement, if I see some level of price action and confirmation from a bearish engulfing candle or a weak rejection candle, then I may consider taking a sell trade. But other than that, I only have business with buy trade at this level. Okay, so that is my weekly bias for GBP AUD. Also watch out for the daily analysis for this pair all through the week. Before the market open, I will post the daily analysis. Now, I always advise that you see the market, learn to see the market in two ways, that the market can sell and the market can buy, so that you will not be stuck. You know, I've experienced this a lot of time, that because I'm seeing that the market is about to sell, I'll keep on selling. The market will do as if you want to sell, I will enter. The market will stop me out. To do as if you want to sell, I will enter. The market will stop me out. I did this for like a whole day. And by the time, at the end of the day, I find out that the market trended to the uptrend all through the day. Because my mind, I was only seeing the market in one direction, I couldn't see the buying possibilities. A lot of traders still face this challenge. But if I had saw the buying possibilities, immediately the market stopped me at the first time, I would have watched and joined the trend to the upside. That would have been a very profitable day. And I would have entered multiple entry because the market just move, no, just continue to the upside without any consolidation. So I learned that the hard way. So that's why I keep on telling traders, see the possibility of the market selling and the market buying. Now that is what we are looking at now. Anything above this level, that is 185467, only look for buying opportunity. Anything below this level with a good retracement, then you can look for a selling opportunity. Now I don't want to start going deeper into the analysis. If you check very well, the market has broken from a structure, but I don't want to do that because this is just getting the weekly outlook. So when I do the daily analysis, we'll go deeper into that. So let's look at GBP card and see what we can see there. Okay. Now let's remove the structure. Now, what do you see in this market? What can you see? Okay, let's look at it from the monthly time frame so that we can see the price action. Now, okay, now you see that the market have been consolidating here for over 6 months for a long. This is from April 2025. The market have been consolidating in this level, and whenever you see a level of exhaustion, is a sign for a reversal. Whenever I see a level of exhaustion like this for months, is a sign for a reversal. As you can see, the market tried to break out from the structure, but before that was uh, March. This is March 2026. The market couldn't close below. So what is this telling me is that I have to trap this price between support and resistance, which is the first thing I advise trader to always do. Trap your price and wait for the price to break out from that structure before you break retest. Look for confirmation of a candlestick. I recommend engulfing candle or week protection before you take a trade. Now, this is what the market is doing. So until the market do something different, I think we should just be watching this market. I know there are people that normally trade in between this. This is a monthly time frame, so you can trade in between if you are an intraday trader, and if you are a scalper, you can just trade in between. But if you are a swing trader, I will advise you to wait for the market to break from this structure or to the upside or break to the downside before you uh, enter a trade. Now, I'm seeing a a big move. You can see what happened, and the market is approaching that same level. So if you are buying this market, be careful. Okay, if you are buying this market, be careful because this is what happened some months ago. Now the market is going back to that level. So if you want to actually buy this market, I will advise you wait for the market to be at the top of this level. Like the price should come at the top, something like this. If you want to buy this market, not just breaking the structure and retest, make sure it breaks this structure, retest it before you consider trading to the next zone. Okay, that is if you want to buy this market. Many a times you may not see this if you're in a smaller time frame and you just jump into the market, and before you know, you just find out that the market will just drop down, and that would be a great loss. So if you want to buy this, wait for this level to be broken, or if you are buying it, make sure that you want to take your stop loss at this level. Okay. So what are my trading bias? Let me go back to weekly time frame. What are the trading outlook for this week when the market open? Is that I will look for buying opportunity only at this level above 1.89737. That is the only place I will look for a buying opportunity. Why? For a selling opportunity, it has to be somewhere around this level. Somewhere around this level. That is where I can look for a selling opportunity. But like I said, if you are an intraday trader, you are a scalper, yes, you can trade in between. Let's go to 4 hours. You can trade in between these levels, but I don't really trade that way. I wait for the market to break from that structure. You can actually trade in between, okay? But that is not what we are doing now. We are just looking at the outlook. So In summary, what's the outlook for a GBP card? Only look for buying opportunity at this level and look for selling opportunity at this level. But for scalpers and intraday traders, you can actually trade in between this level. You can make a good profit. This is a weekly time frame, so this is a lot of pip. Okay, so now that is our bias for the trading outlook for GBP card for next week, starting from the 29th of June. Now let's look at GBP NZD and see what we can do. Now look at the chart. What do you see? 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 I see a upward movement. I see a level of retracement and impulse move, a level of retracement, and also I see a strong bullish movement. Okay, but that is not enough for me to enter a trade because I'm seeing a strong bullish movement. The market can decide to turn at any time. So that is why we have to get our structure. Now, this is the structure. Let's try and get resistance for this pair. Now, that's the resistance. And so this is what we are doing now. Don't be deceived with this strong bullish move. The next candlestick might even engulf the whole bullish move. The next candlestick that will open this new week can engulf the whole, it can engulf this 3 weeks candlestick, just one. So don't be moved by the size of a bullish candle or a bearish candle. No. So what can we do here? This is a strong uh, buying pressure, a very strong buying pressure, but there's also a tendency for reversal because the market rejected from this level, and that rejection is what gave us this price action down. So there's every tendency that the market might still reject from this level and come down. Okay, so what can we do? This is what we will do. While we wait for the market to give us a possible bearish movement, let's also note that the market can still break this level. If the market break this level, do a retracement, we can follow the market to the upside. But what I think may happen if the market break from this level, what you should be expecting should be a deeper retracement. Please don't be deceived by the market. If this market break out from this level, expect a deeper retracement before moving to the upside. Okay, if the market happen to break this structure, expect a deeper retracement before going to the upside. So don't be confused to start selling. If the market break out and give you a deeper retracement, don't start selling. Watch the candlestick, study the candlestick, and it will show you the candlestick don't lie. That is one thing I can assure you. The candlestick don't lie, but you need to learn to look at it critically. Don't just assume. Okay, so that is what we'll be expecting. If the market breaks from this structure, I will look for a deeper retracement. If there's no deeper retracement, fine. But this market should do some level of deeper retracement based on the price action I'm seeing. So look for the retracement in a smaller time frame. Okay, but we are not doing that now because it's just the weekly outlook. We'll do that in the daily analysis or through the week. Okay, so that is the area I can look for buying opportunity around this level, even if it does a deeper retracement. Now, how will you know if the market is doing a deeper retracement and to the upside and not a sell? Watch out for higher low. If the market starts forming higher lows from smaller time frame after doing the deeper retracement, if it starts forming higher lows, know that it's not a sell market. The market just want to do a deeper retracement to the upside. But if you're not seeing higher low, if you are seeing lower high from the smaller time frame, that is a sign that yes, the market actually want to continue to the downside. So that is one. Then two, from this level now, if you go to your smaller time frame, you may start seeing a sign of reversal. So as long as the price is below this level, you can look for selling opportunity. Of course, you have to look for a way to track the price in smaller time frame, wait for the price to break out before you sell. Let's see if we can see something like that. Let's go to 4 hours and see. Okay, now if you want to set this, remember the summary of this outlook is that only look for buying opportunity at this level, at the top of this price, this structure, and buying opportunity at this if the price is below this level. Well, how do you do that? You look for a way and trap the price between support and resistance. Very important. So let's trap the price. Okay, you can get it clearly with line charts. Okay, now we can trap the price. I think we can put it here. Now, if you see the market breaking out of this structure, giving you a reversal or a retracement, break, retracement, that is when you can actually take the sell. Okay. The same thing with the upside, break, retracement. Like I said, it can be a deeper retracement. Don't be deceived to start selling. But if you see a higher low, okay, let me give you an instance. Let me give you an instance. Let's assume that this is the markets did a deeper retracement to this level. You get it? Now, when you start seeing this higher low, look for a way to draw a trend line. Can you see it? Now, if you see something like this, if you see something like this happening in the market, yes, it has broken back into the sell zone in your outlook, but that does not mean you should start selling because the availability of higher low is a sign of reversal telling you that this market has the possibility of going to the upside. So if you see higher low forming, don't start selling because it has broke into your sell zone. No, you can still look for a bullish candle for confirmation and take the trade to the upside. Now, if you can get a bullish movement from this level, it saves you. When you get to this place, you will find out that a lot of fake out will be happening here, a lot of liquidity will be happening in the market, stop hunt and everything will be happening here. But because you're already in the market, you don't have any business with what is going here. So what you should be looking for is for a second entry to double down. So if you enter maybe 0.5 here and the market got to this place and started doing some funny movement, look for another entry. You can enter another 0.5. Now you are now using the money you have made, the pips you made from this area. That is what you are now risking at this level. So if the market actually moves to your favor, you are making twice of the profit you are supposed to make. So that is the advantage of entry a trade at this sell level. If you can see the lower high early, I know this might be a little bit advanced, but is actually what makes some trader different from some. So we say, you sent us a signal and we had a loss, but you had profit. These are the little understanding that most traders don't have. Okay, now let's go back to the summary of what we are looking at when the market is. Let's go back to weekly time frame. Okay, so we only have business with buying at the top of this level. Okay, we have business with buying and we have business with selling when the market is below this level. All right, but even though this trend is it's a strong uptrend, but there's a possibility that the market might retrace back to form another higher low at this level in the weekly time frame. There's a possibility, but we're not doing that now. There's a possibility that the market might retrace back to this level to continue to the upside. So watch out for it. And remember what I always say, trade small. So that if you are stopped out of the market, you can still re-enter with a good and a balanced psychology. But if you have lost 50% of your account, you may not have the psychology to enter into the trade again. So that is why you should trade small. Okay, so this is our bias for GBPAUD, our trading weekly outlook for GBPAUD, GBPCAD, and GBPNZD for the last week of June to the first week of July. That is starting from on the 29th on the 3rd of July. All right, please remember this video is just for educational purpose. Only do your own analysis and you can add one or two knowledge from my analysis. And I tell you the truth, your trading will be much better. All right, see you in the next pair. Bye.